This Dvar Torah is for Monday, Parashat Tetze. Parashat this week is replete with mitzvot. We explained some of the mitzvot on Sunday. More mitzvot are included in this parasha. One of them is not to charge interest on a loan from a fellow Jew. Now, you could say, how could you give a loan to someone and not charge him interest when the bank would pay you interest if you just kept the money in the bank? Well, we have a mitzvah to help our fellow Jews with charity and sometimes with a loan. But to charge him interest is something that is not permitted. What you can do, though, is you can be a partner in his business. You can do a joint venture, and in order to do that, you have to draw up a document which is called the Heter Iska. And that document includes in it the proper details to make that transaction into an investment into the activity that that person would use the money for, and then you're going to benefit from the profits. Now, you could decide together an ad hoc number of, let's say, 5%, without having to go through all the details of how much came in, how much was spent for expenses, what expenses should be considered as business expenses, what would be personal. You could decide like a flat fee that you understand that this is going to be your share of the profits, and that would be acceptable. But then it's not interest on the loan, it's profit on a joint venture, and that would be permitted. Now, one of the other mitzvot in the parasha of this week is a person who works in a field that he's allowed to eat from the fruits that he's picking. Let's say somebody is picking grapes. You cannot refrain him or stop him from eating the fruits that he's working with. And that's something that is logical. A person can have a desire to eat some of it, and as long as he's there in the field and he's working in the field, he's allowed to enjoy some of the fruits of his labor, so to speak. Many other mitzvot in the parasha of this week. And at the end of the parasha of this week, we have the mitzvah of not to forget what Amalek did to us when we went out from Egypt. This is a part of the parasha that we read on Shabbat Zachor, which is the Shabbat before Purim. However, what happens if somebody did not have a chance to read it on Shabbat Zachor, you can do it this Shabbat or Parashat Tetze, having in mind that he's fulfilling the obligation. So typically we announce at the synagogue, at the end of the parasha, anybody that didn't hear the Parashat Zachor, he didn't hear this portion on the Shabbat before Purim, he should have in mind that he's fulfilling the obligation on this Shabbat. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.